Alien. It's a 1979 horror movie directed by Ridley Scott, starring Sigourney Weaver, Tom Skerritt, Veronica Cartwright, Harry Dean Stanton, John Hurt, Ian Holm, and Yaphet Kotto. In space, no one can hear you scream. So, I didn't see this movie till I was in high school or elementary, early elementary, no, late, no, early high school. It's probably when I watched it. I saw Aliens when I was in second grade. I just never, had super ambition because my dad always told me like it's a lot scarier and than Aliens. And see, Aliens, I love the action. Like I was never a big fan of horror as a kid because it's like, why are all these characters running? Just turn and fight the motherfucker. Like, give me action. Give me action. I'm just a huge action junkie as a kid, and even more today. But I'm a huge horror fan too. And Alien is just amazing, and it's just so good. So it's a slasher movie in space. So the team of the Nostromo just go down because it's part of laws. If you hear a distress signal, you have to go find out what it is and have to help them, possibly get a reward to do it. You get a bonus. And so one of the crew members gets something attached to their face. An egg gets implanted, it bursts out of their chest, and you have an alien running around a ship. So, another little detail about this movie I love is that the ship they're on is fucking huge. So this thing could be anywhere. And all the characters are very well defined and very likable. And I mean, there's definitely ones that stick out way more to me than others. Veronica Cartwright's character, I just, she's a really good actor in this. Her character is good. She's just scared. Okay, that's her character type, is she's just scared. But she doesn't really, she's a little forgettable a bit. But, like Ash, Yaphet Kotto, Kane, Dallas, Harry Dean Stanton, like all the rest are just super. And Jonesy, can't forget Jonesy the cat, the most important character of the movie. Well defined. And so as the movie continues, like the characters are very well defined, and Kane is the first one to die, so I could see why in 1977 or 1979 this is such a shocking movie because that scene, if you have no idea if you have no idea what Alien is and this scene happens, because it's shocking, it's horrible, it's brutal. He's convulsing on the table, blood spurting out of him. He's just screaming in pain, and then that fucking like the alien comes out of his chest and just starts hissing this, then just scurries off the table, and it is just horrific. And then yeah, you get to see like how fast this thing can grow and all the things with it. So they tried to take the face hugger off of him, but oh no, it's got acid for blood. It's keeping him alive. It's keeping him in a coma. The harder you pull on it, the tighter it gets around its neck. Oh no, not good. And then the alien itself. So a thing I've always loved about this series is no one knows what these things are called. Alien is just a general term. Okay, it's something space related. It's undefiable. They do call it an xenomorph, which is, that term is basically an unidentified creature. You don't know what to call it, so they just call it an xenomorph. And so throughout this entire series, you have no idea what the hell these things are. In Aliens, you definitely get more of a background of how they're made, but that's about it. So the design of the creature itself is by H.R. H.R. Giger, and his art's amazing, and his designs for everything, and it's just very incredible. And he's an artist that works primarily with black and gray, but everything he works on is very well defined. So the alien is just solid black, but its details are just so intricate that you can see everything. And that its tail is a goddamn spear. Can just spear whatever the hell it wants, and that the reveal that has a mouth within its mouth is amazing. But to me, the most memorable character is Ian Holm as Ash. So, like, there's a reveal that's made with the company and his character, which, okay, the reveal with his character, spoilers, Ash is a goddamn robot. So, the only problem I have with this movie, the only problem, is effects wise. And it's only one effect, one simple effect. So, Ash tries to kill Ripley, and then Yaphet Kotto comes in and hits him multiple times in the head, and then his head falls off, and you reveal he's an android. And so they need answers. So they plug his head back in, but Ripley's holding his head, and thank God the camera doesn't linger on it too much because it's a fake head, but it's a very poor fake head. It's not very good, and when she plugs it back in, and then she puts it on the table like this, but when it cuts to Ian Holm, it goes to where the table's like right here, and then it's like Ian Holm, and so it's like, okay, now I'm only nitpicking because it just bothers me from spec standpoint, but everything else around it is so good, you forget about it because you're like, well, everything's just so gripping and engrossing and amazing. It doesn't, this one scene really doesn't matter too much. Now, the best part for last, Sigourney Weaver, absolutely incredible in this movie. She steals every single scene she's in, and she is drop dead sexy in this movie. Thank God that they have to sleep in their cryo chambers in panties, or else I don't know what every boy in America, in the world in 1979 would have done. Now I see why my dad loves this movie as much as he does. But she is just so good in this movie, and right off the bat, you're with her. Okay, she's refuses to let Kane back on when he has to face hugger on. Like, that's what I would do. She says they should just leave and blow the ship up. They should do. She tells Dallas not to go in the vent with a flamethrower. Good decision. Like, she's constantly, like, she's the viewer. She's like, no, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do this. Just get on the ship and fucking leave. And the end reveal of that, spoilers again, that the xenomorph is on her ship, and then she blows it out the airlock. Fantastic ending to a fantastic horror movie. Solid 5 out of 5.